morning, party people. Welcome to the Breakdown with Nath Johnny. We're quite old, Johnny's very old, and so is this band. So old, in fact, they haven't released anything in a decade.
Is that how long? God, the Hives are bugging me.
Why are they bugging you?
Because they're so bogus.
Yeah, right, I'll allow it.
Hey,
That,
the
by
Hives.
the way, he was doing the band's called the Hives, and he was doing
itchy. I've got Hives. I don't actually have Hives.
Yeah, it's crabs though. This is the first single back from the Hives in as a decade, as I said. This is Bogus Operandi, yeah.
That makes me even more keen to check it out because I'm super interested in where they're going to go.
I'm going to read you guys something.
Okay.
So this is the top comment that the Hives have written
We
on
left the
this.
throne.
We left the throne for a decade just to prove that we could. No one sat in it, so we did it again. If you're feeling like you're number one, get ready to be number two, because we're back. It feels good to have the electricity coursing through our veins once again. All synapses is firing in all directions. The unfamiliar combination of words, the Hives, and new album finally together in a way that makes sense and rings true. The initial test results are in, confirmed, and through the roof.
I fucking love that. I love that
This
so
band
much.
are a really interesting, fun, dynamic, quirky rock band.
Yeah, they are, but there's like a fun intensity to them that's like, some of their older stuff was like, a not hardcore Refused.
Yeah.
And I really loved it. I love the sound that they have. They were such a good band. I really hope that a lot of you watch this one, and I really hope this is good.
If you're here right now, you're definitely going to hear it.
Yeah,
Oh, you can turn it off now. Like, not interested.
Yeah, not into that.
These guys are excited. I hate it.
Hey, we did mention on the last one that we did, the last video that we did, that we have a podcast now up on Spotify. So if you would like to check out any of our old interviews that we've done with artists, we are slowly drip feeding them on there. Listen to them for commute. You know, some of them are 20 minutes, some of them are 30, some of them are 40, some of them are an hour. And yeah, we really would appreciate if you would share it around and let everybody know that that's the new place to go to listen to interviews with bands. And we're going to be putting a whole bunch of other stuff up there, including a podcast where we talk about a whole bunch of shit. We're going to talk about music, we're going to talk about movies, we're going to talk about cheeseburgers.
There's a podcast we're going to do it. Just, that's enough. 3, 2, 1.
There's a podcast.
Oh, Foxy.
Bum, bum, bum. How'd you get up there?
Right there.
Pause it for a sec.
Oh, that wasn't worth it.
Okay, alright. Should have finished on high.
Oh, I can't actually hear it now, which is good.
Dig that.
Bogus Operandi.
This is what I wanted. Woo! Sick trick. God, I love his vocals.
Nothing but bogus operandi, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, Cabin in the Woods vibes.
My personality is running all away. Stand to the side when my shit starts breaking. You're gonna think you're gone blind. I only need a moment. Moments come around. You're gonna think you're gone blind.
They have such an iconic sound in both the vocals and the production. That grungy, garage rocky sound, but made pop.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I want to talk about that because it relates to a video that we have done recently.
Okay, cool.
Oh, good set. Why not?
Nothing but bogus operandi, yeah. Nothing but bogus operandi, yeah.
Like Evil Dead. This is it.
That's my favourite cut.
Oh.
He changed his
Yes.
Well, they're back.
So fucking great.
Yeah,
I
it's,
love the song. I love the clip. I love the Evil Dead, homage. I love his vocals. I love the tone of the production and stuff. It's so great. Hey, fun fact, I've never seen this band live.
So good.
And this makes me excited because I used to love watching their music videos and watching just the style they had.
Did you ever go to Big Day Out?
Yeah. For whatever reason, I might have missed them.
So good.
Yeah, I'm really,
All
really
in their
hoping
matching
that-
suits.
Yeah,
and-
dude.
Yeah, so
and
good.
really energetic as well.
Yeah. I'm going to be adding that to my glamorous indie rock and roll playlist, which you can check out down in the description. That's my Spotify if you want to go listen to that song, amongst others. There's other Hives on there as well.
Would you still class them as indie rock? Because I class them a little bit.
There's garage rock.
Yeah.
It still fits in there. I've still got something there. I don't really have an indie rock playlist or a garage rock playlist. I have stuff that fits in that vibe. In there.
Yeah, okay. Because if we were talking if they were indie, they're by far my favourite indie rock band.
Okay, sure.
Closely
They're
followed
fantastic.
by the Killers, especially older Killers' first two albums.
I don't think I listened to anything past the second Killers album, to be honest.
I started to fall off with them, and it was because at the time when they were releasing albums, I was still listening to rock radio when I was at work.
Yeah.
So I could kind of get a pretty good vibe for what the album's tone was going to be, and it never really warranted me going and checking them out until later on. They had a couple of songs I was like, oh, this is cool. And
When Brendan Flowers came out and said, this is the greatest rock song ever, and it was like, it doesn't look a thing like Jesus, buddy. That song?
good impression.
Thank you. I was like, this isn't the greatest song. It's a good song, but it's not the greatest ever. And when someone sells themselves as the greatest thing of all time, I'm like, oh, your ego needs to be checked. And so I think
They literally just did that with the
But
blurb.
theirs is like a tongue-in-cheek. His
Yeah.
wasn't tongue-in-cheek, like, we're
Really?
so fun. It was like, this is the greatest thing ever. We're reinventing rock and roll. This is bigger than you two. I remember vividly that and being like, well, that's me out. Sorry. I don't
Yeah.
care if you write a fantastic record. The ego needs to be checked. And
Fair call.
little 16-year-old me kept him in check, baby.
Yeah, you showed them. Gave
Woo!
them what for?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
The
fuck
Hives
you.
were always... I don't sound that Australian.
Hey guys, fuck you.
What's that?
You kind of sound like Tally off South Park there.
Sure.
Anyway, the Hives. You were gonna say?
The Hives were a band that were always so much fun. Their albums were that little bit heavier, but in a really fun way.
I think that's why like I was attracted to them like in a musical sense, even though they're very handsome still.
Also in a physical sense.
Well, the matching suits, come on.
It's such a good look. It's such a strong look.
It's also such a Swedish thing to do to play in suits, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like only Swedish bands can really pull it off.
Don't know,
also-
I agree with that.
Really?
Yeah, I think any band, if they really wear a sharp-tailored suit, they'd pull it off nicely.
There's just a swagger and a coolness to Swedish bands. There's a real like it's like that classic sort of showmanship of rock and roll, but it takes from sort of like like the 60s and stuff like that. There's just like a real sort of very upright, very proper, but very cool sort of swagger about them that they do well.
Sure.
Look, I'm totally basing this off two bands, the Hives and
Yeah.
Refused.
Yeah, you are. I was thinking that. Being like, you're describing the Monkees or the Beatles or the Stones.
Tell me that Imminence couldn't pull off playing in a suit.
Yeah, 100%. That's just because they're from Sweden. It's just because
Yeah, it
they're
is.
handsome lads.
Nah, it's because it's from Sweden.
Architects would pull off playing in suits.
Oh, I know Sam would for sure.
The
With
whole
them
band
rootin'
would.
tootin' boots.
Yeah, they would look
Oof.
fantastic.
Hey,
He agrees with me. I've just proved his whole point wrong instantly.
we had quite a good like run of puns in that, and the one that you missed was when I
heard
said
them
that
all.
yeah, the
Yeah, go say it
and after
again.
that I said should have left on a high, and I left a gap and went. Bzz. You didn't hear that bit.
Yeah, that's a shit one. That's
No,
a
that was
bad one.
good.
I'm glad I missed that
Ah,
one.
fuck you. Hey, can we talk about the production thing and the?
By the way, just so you know, I do like a pun. Everyone, when I make puns on Instagram, people are like, "Oh, you stole that from Johnny," and it makes me so angry. It makes me so angry.
Oh my god, really? People say that?
People because they think that's
so
our dynamic.
good.
Because you go and do them, and so I go, "Well, I'm not going to ruin the video by competing here with puns."
Yeah.
But in my head, the whole way through, like when the spoon was going up, I was like, "Oh, what an exhausting way to die." I'm thinking it. I just don't say it because I don't want to ruin the video.
No, say it. Always say it. Always say it. Hey, yeah, talk production with me about how they have that sort of garage sound. Now, and they pull it off really, really well.
Yes.
It sounds like it could have come out of the 70s.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, well, it does.
More
70s,
rock and
80s.
roll.
It does
Yeah.
sound more rock and roll, but let's compare it to the Gaslight Anthem that we recently said, where it didn't come across, it lost that excitement, that energy, that, you know, that driving sound behind it.
Yeah.
I think they really nail it in the sense of like that fine line between it sounds too old and too like pushed to sound old
Yeah.
and going too much into the high production modern sound.
Okay. Yeah, I do know what you mean there. They walk the line really well, but I think that's because that's always been their sound as well. It's not like they're trying something new to sound old. That's always been their sound.
Yeah.
Either way, that was a really good time. What did you guys think of Bogus Operandi? Had you checked out the Hives before? Are you too young to know the Hives? As I said, they haven't been around for a while, so it's so good to have them back. I think that's a really fun song. And I hope to one day get them on the channel. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be great. And if you're sitting here and it is the first time you've listened to me, you're like, well, that was really good. I hate to say I told you so.
That's a song by them.
Anyway, let's go.
Oh, I want you to get up and walk away, like see the idiot walk.
Good.
See you guys next time.
Great song, by the way.
Such a good song.